We're doing that again. This should work. Let's just hope the stream quality is not too bad today. Here we go. Now I've got a fabric pen in here. Well, can't find it. Grab a new one. Here we go. Because in theory we only have one serpent left, and I was keeping it to finish it on the stream. And I've been procrastinating it so much. But I have an event, a sales event, in like less than a week. And I would very much like to be able to wear my Loki variant cosplay while I'm at table. So I'm trying to update it, finish some things, tweak it so it's wearable. And this is a very important piece to make the cosplay work. It feels like it's dry. Give me a second. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Let's get a fresh one. Yep. course my German gave up. Try that again. It didn't seem too great, but it didn't seem too bad. That's gonna be fine. adding. Sorry, I just dropped my needle on the floor, but I need to fix my chaplain. I haven't done it yet. So I shouldn't have worn it, which is my bad. Because the leather part that I've done has been sliding up and pushing on the cap. So I need to add like something that just keeps it down. Either a little bit of chain or a little bit of thread. So for now, I guess I'll just remove it. It's fine anyway since I'm working on tie build. Like, yeah. Leather is skin after all, so it did get a little bit more loose than it was at the start. I thought I would be able to finish the whole serpent today. And as usual, definitely over-expected what my body would be able to take. So I'm probably gonna do this part today and that part another day. But that should be soon, since the convention is not this weekend, but the next. Which means not only do I have to do my restock, which I've been doing off camera, but I also need to finish at least this part of my cosplay. Because I've also been reworking the corset, but clearly that's not gonna be ready in time. And I don't want to put pressure on myself. It's not like I'm entering this into a contest in any way, shape, or form. This is just because I want to have fun even though I'm just sitting at my convention table. I want conventions to feel like a hobby again, instead of feeling like work. Which is probably one of the big reasons that I've been in creative burnout for such a long time. Which is why I've been avoiding my workshop, avoiding streaming, avoiding cosplay, avoiding drawing. I just didn't feel like it was fun anymore. which tends to happen to most people who try to make one of their hobbies into a job. And since I am pretty good at creating, but bad at social media, bad at marketing myself, bad at selling, all of the other parts end up overtaking the creative process for me. And you know, there's something very different between having to do the same item multiple times and just doing whichever item you're feeling like on the day. Or working on a passion project like this Loki scarf, which I'm meaning to just add to my regular wardrobe. Because my Loki variant is meant to be just clothes. Party clothes, but still just clothes. Clothes that I do have to visit, because I'm better at making clothing than I used to. So right now I've unstitched most of corset because it didn't sit right. The front did, but not the back, like because the hips completely closed and the top had like a 4-inch gap. Which doesn't work, because if you know anything about corset, if you want them to be comfy, you need the back to be straight as possible. So I've removed the lining, I've cut a part of the back at the hips, so that the hips at least wouldn't touch. I still probably have to take in like an inch at one of the seams, but I haven't tried it yet because for now I'm stitching down the seams to the fabric before adding the bone casings, so there's less puckering and I don't need to use pins to go through the main fabric at the front so it's shiny and the pinholes would show. So I've been doing that on the seams that I know I'm not taking in, which are the front ones. And then I'll have to do add the temporary eyelets so I can try it on with at least the front bonings and decide exactly where I need to take it in. Then I'll need to match the lining to the modifications I've done. And once that's done, I changed the pattern slightly. I need to do a modesty panel because I didn't have one before. because it was a party corset. Which is fine and all, but won't work as great if I do want to wear it as a cosplay, because events are for the general public. I've also had to do modesty panels on the skirt, but those were already done because I wore the skirt for different events. It's just a straight skirt, so I want it to be wearable anyways. I think I did the modesty panels on the skirt when I did wear the Loki outfit as a cosplay for one con with my friends. The mask has already died though, because I made it with glue, which means it wasn't flexible at all and it just cracked. Which is what happens when you're not used to making foam armor and just don't have the right supplies in a pinch. But I've kept it, so I'm very likely to make a cast of it at some point and make it out of resin. That way I'll be able to have it and even sell it if I have a mold of it. And it was quite cute, I think, so I think it will be worth adding to my masks. But yeah, once the corset is done, I also have to modify the skirt a little bit, because I made it to be the same way front and back. So I think I'm gonna add a what's the name in English? I'm gonna take it in under the butt, so it's a bit more shapely and a bit less shapeless. Because yeah, those are details I didn't quite know how to do when I did that skirt a while ago. And then when you wear it, you're like, oh, that's what happens. It's a straight skirt, but it's just a big rectangle. I also want to make myself a new glasses chain, since I don't have the Loki mask for this event. I'm thinking of just matching a gold chain to it or a black chain. Probably black, since my glasses have some silver in it. I'm not sure about the gold so close to it. I will be having gold though, because I bought a chain to wear on my collar, or my blouse color, which is black, green, and gold, to tie in the theme. Because since it's just an everyday look, I need to add some details to make it work. Because otherwise, no one's gonna know that I'm a Loki without a mask. Or like a vote for Loki pain or something like that. And like, I don't mind people not knowing, because there's always cosplay you don't know, right? But if I'm gonna be wearing it, and I'm probably gonna be wearing it for multiple cons, it would be fun if some people had that as a conversation starter at least. And I am planning on doing more cons. I know I've been saying that, but it's not that I haven't tried. It's just that I haven't been able to get tables because too many people want to sell stuff now. Probably due to the state of the economy. But also, going to cons haven't been making money because people don't have money to spend on hobbies anymore. But I'm planning to go to smaller cons that might be further away. But to do that, I need to learn to drive. And that's one of my big goals for this year. Just learn how to drive. I'm gonna have to change my thread soon. Actually, I shouldn't change my thread now. Otherwise it's gonna be too short. Oh, my bad. So yeah, I've been working slowly on making cosplays I can wear behind my table. And one of the big reasons for that is that I've been wearing cosplay. I've been wearing corsets. On a very frequent basis, and if I want to be comfortable at the cons, I'm gonna be having to wear corsets. So might as well just wear my cosplays. They're gonna be closet cosplays though, since I need them to be comfy, not expensive. I'm not getting them registered to any masquerade. So right now, I've been thinking of wearing Wednesday with whatever gut clothes I already have, because I have like a white color shirt and a black dress that I'm already wearing for most events. And since I wear braids most of the time, Wednesday just makes sense. I'm gonna be finishing Loki, and I have an old maid outfit that I made a few years ago that doesn't quite fit me anymore. It was for Bayonetta, so I'm gonna revive it by adjusting the size, tweaking where the button placement is, stuff like that. I'm not sure I'm gonna keep the apron that I made for it. I might make a new one. But I'm not in a hurry to make this one, because I made it a while ago, knowing a lot less. And it's made out of synthetic fabric. And since most conventions are done during summer, it's hot, and I'm not gonna be wearing synthetics. So I can do that one whenever I will have the time this winter. I've also been looking at getting a white clip-on bangs and a green mesh shirt so I can do Rogue from X-Men. That looks like it would be easy. That would be like one more piece of clothing that I can wear in my real life. Should be really expensive. Should be uncomfy either, because I'm not gonna be wearing a full wig. It would just be bangs. And I've always liked the character, so, you know. She's got the same dang color scheme as Loki, though. The version I want to make, which is when they're keen in the rebellious phase. I don't remember the exact name of the animated series. But they're basically all in high school in that one. You know the one. I wouldn't be comfortable wearing something like a catsuit. I do not like my body nearly enough to wear something skin tight like that. but that look is basically just got out. Which means, yeah, I can just add the green shirt to my everyday wardrobe and it's gonna be fine. There was another cosplay that I've been meaning to do, but I haven't done, especially because it's mostly a winter outfit. It's just a red tracksuit with white stripes. It would be very hard to make something quite as easy. But it's very niche character, so it would be like, I don't think most people would know that that's a cosplay. But also, that's kind of the fun of it. And I wouldn't need to wear a wig, really wear any makeup. I'd just be wearing a tracksuit all day. I should 100% just be working on my restock. Because what happened is that I didn't have a table for the local convention. And then a month ago, they wrote to me and said, "You have a week to decide if you want a table, because we have one free now." And I went like, dang. I don't have any staff. I don't have a driver. I haven't restocked because I have like one other con scheduled this summer. And it's in months. So I mostly just like check what I already had. Stick some stuff on it. Like some of my chokers had warped a bit, so I ironed them out. Some horns were sticky because the clear top coat hadn't dried right. I had a half-done mask, and I was waiting to finish the spray paint on it. But that's not really a restock, is it? So I do have some stuff to sell, and I'm gonna be there, but like I'm not gonna have nearly as much than if I had known in advance that I was gonna be attending. Since I don't have that many days where I can work without fucking myself over for a few days. But yeah, I'm done fixing the chokers. I finished the mogul ears I had started. I have like 2 that aren't done, but I've got 6 ready. I don't think I'm gonna be selling 6. And if I do, well, it's gonna be a nice surprise. I started them because one of the guy I often see in cons, his girlfriend wanted muggle ears. So I made her a pair, and then I was like, well, I've got a pattern now. I already fixed most of the stuff that I had to research. So I made a few with what I already had in. But I haven't been wanting to sit on inventory as much as before, since we're essentially still in recession, and it takes space, you know? So I'm not planning on doing any large batches of anything. I'm gonna keep doing this small scale. I've even been thinking of closing my website altogether. Since I'm not making any money on that, I would need to, like, retake most of the pictures, fix payment problems, you know, white collar stuff that I'm really bad at. And since I don't have the skills for it, the upkeep cost, not really worth it. I haven't sold anything on it, like, ever. Etsy takes way too big of a price for me to put my stuff on there. So it's feeling more and more like this is just gonna be a small scale stuff. Just a hobby where I go and sell into cons because cons are still fun. And they gave me an excuse to, like, go out and enjoy. Oh, hi! Haven't seen you there. This is a scarf for a Loki variant. It's almost done. Like you can see, I'm like one serpent down. I've been working on it because I'm planning to wear it at my table for Nadeshikon. So I'm kind of in a rush. I need to fix my corset too, but it's not gonna be done in time. That is not happening. So I'm gonna be wearing a shirt I got from Pretty Fashion. But I'm gonna have my cravat. I've got some gold accessories. My straight skirt. Aww. I haven't entered anything in years. But I haven't been making any cosplay. My body wouldn't let me. I kinda miss it. But for now I'm thinking of like doing everyday cosplay looks for when I'm behind my table. Like I'm probably gonna wear Wednesday during con, since I can just whip her up with whatever I'll already wear. I'm thinking of wearing Rogue by just buying like a white clip-on bangs and a green mesh shirt. Probably not for Nadeshikon, but I might order it for Sagik. Yeah, because I've been wearing corsets most days to reduce pain. So at that point, if I'm gonna be stuck in a corset behind the table, might as well rock the look, you know? So I'm working Loki right now because I already have a corset for Loki. But I need to remake it. Right now it's been unpicked and unstitched, and it's waiting next to my couch. Oh, I don't remember. I don't think I've ever used the elevator at Sagik. But yeah, I'm trying to get some stuff done for Nadeshikon, because I didn't have a table. And then a month ago, they were like, well, you're on the reservations if there's open spaces. Did you still want one? I'm like, well, I guess I'll make it work. I don't know how, but I can make it work. So I'm trying to work on restock. And when I need like a break, mental break from the charge of all of it, I've been working on Loki. Ascenseur supérieur. I'll have to check it out next time. « And yeah, I've switched to corset, like even right now. I've pinned my apron on top, but there you go. So that's my current everyday look. It's so much better on my back. It's life-changing. No more pain in my shoulders when I'm overworking. No more pain in my back. It's worth putting time to pattern it right, and then make any modifications you need, and just wear the fucking corsets. I'm gonna make more in the future, but it's probably gonna be a winter project. My boyfriend even asked for one. Because there's a men corset that are like vests, so I'm gonna make him one, and I'm gonna make a matching one for myself. And it's probably gonna be like his Christmas present or something. Yeah, this is a Regency pattern. It's just the long version, because the short one wouldn't look right in my body shape. But the pattern was like $20, and I got all of the boning and farthingales. It took a while, but eh. Now I need to make the matching underwear though. I need a chemise and some bloomers, since I'm wearing my corset most days. So yeah, sorry for flashing my underwear to everyone on camera. I used to flash my corset in the green room, but now I'm flashing it on camera. So indecent of me. I'm a bad lady. I can send you the link to the pattern if you want later. I don't remember the name of where I bought it, but they have different periods of historical garment. Let me check. Start it. I've started actually organizing my stuff. Like, this is the first mock-up I've done. This is the actual pattern cut. This is pattern uncut. And this is the instructions. So if you want a nice pattern for Regency stays, you can get it on Red Threaded Patterns. I really like it. I did have to make a bit of modifications, but that's because my shape, you know how it is with patterns, my hips and my bust just don't fit together right. So yeah, I make the mock-up. If you're not used to making corset, do make the mock-up. because I've had to look online many of the words because they assume you know some stuff, which I don't. I'm definitely a beginner. I often work without a pattern. So yeah, but yeah, it's worth it, and it's just worth $20. I even found a shop in Montreal where you can buy everything you need, from couture to boning. I've got it somewhere on my cell phone if you need it. If you're still in town, or if you can still go there. For the Regency stays, no, they don't. But you could probably buy a split busk and do that. I haven't, because I'm quite busty, and I figured the straight busk would be working better for me. But you'd probably be fine with the split busk. And that should be fairly easy to modify. And I've just made the fan lacing. This one, here you can see it, where it's laced from the middle, and that way I can easily just put it on myself every day, just by pulling on the loops. You get used to it quite fast. And I've even made like small embroideries, if you can see, like this, which are meant to keep the boning in place and flight. I can't seem to remember the name right now, but I think it's worth it. It makes it last longer. Here we go. Yeah. You should, you totally should. I'm slowly changing my everyday clothes to like almost cosplay. I'm planning on making like at least 2 pirate shirts to work with my corset. I have 2 more corset plans. I want at least 2 shimmies and 2 bloomers. But they're probably gonna be from like different eras, depending on how I'm feeling. But that's like, I know it's gonna take me a lot of time. Please don't make a knot. Please don't make a knot. I even went online to check on fabric, because I know I don't necessarily want to have linen, Even though that's the classic thing to do. Because it's gonna be harder in my laundry. I'm gonna be most likely getting some thin cotton, like a muslin or something. But yeah, corsets, life-changing. No more back hurting because it's too heavy in my front. No more shoulders being pulled in weird directions. No more heavy straps on your shoulders either. I have a lot less inflammation in my ribs. Oh, and one stupid bonus from a corset, because you can adjust the deep pressure, it also lowers anxiety sometimes, because it's like you're wearing a hug. Yeah. Alright, have a good time. Go and lurk away. Feed yourself. Thanks for dropping by. I don't know if I'll keep working much longer anyways. Because my body's still angry with me a lot. So I can only do short bursts in my workshop. I really wanted to be done with it. So I could just mess it off. But I think it's gonna be at least another work day. If you want to see it progress though, I'm gonna be sending it all up to YouTube. As I normally do. But I probably have over 10 hours of me working on this already. It's just that I stopped working on it for a few months. Because I didn't need it for anything. And like, I've worked on the corset of camera because I wanted it for Christmas. And then I work on my restock. And streaming with my gas mask on. Not the best look. And I wouldn't really be able to talk to anyone anyways. It's very, very short burst. Like, now you think it's short burst because it's like an hour. But if I go in my workshop and just make a layer of spray paint and then I have to wait for it to dry, I'm not bringing you with me in the workshop. Oh, and I did a tiny upgrade to my workshop. You might be able to see it on camera. But I finally have a full-size iron board. And I bought a rack for it. It's been, I think it stayed open behind me for like 4 months. Because I got it from an auntie. Where did my needle go again? Here it is. I'm probably gonna just finish this length of thread. And then I will get off. Because like I said, my body's not being the most cooperative. And I don't want to just push through and hurt myself for the next 3 days. I can't afford to. By the way, I haven't streamed in like 6 months. So I'm very glad to see some people here. Brought by Static Tides. She's always a huge supporter of me. I don't deserve that girl. She's awesome. Princess? Hey. I saw your Discord, but I haven't been on any social medias. How you doing? I know things got tough out there for a while. Hope you're doing better than last time we talked. Working, getting job? That sucks. But I'm sure you'll find one. You've always sounded very confident. It's just the state of the current world. Has your brother been okay? I've seen him stream a few times. Ah, I know that feeling. That sounds like me and my sis. Family's family. Doesn't mean you fit with them all the time. I do hope things will settle down. For you, for your brother, everyone. I would very much like the world not to be on fire anymore. I feel you with the black sheep. I am very much black sheep. I have been just a stay-at-home person. I don't have kids, right? So my main job is just to take care of my boyfriend. And he pays the bills. And that is not something my parents wanted for me. I can't say it's something I want for myself either. I very much like independence. But disability is disability. And when you can't get any doctors to understand that you're disabled, you do with the hands you put out however you can. I'm just lucky I have a boyfriend who understands that. To be fair, it's quite disabled too, just not the same kind of disabilities. So both of us together make like a full human. But yeah, telling people, oh, I don't have a job and I don't think I'm gonna get another one. But also, I don't plan on having kids. Fries a lot of people's brains. Somehow. Aw, dang. That sucks. It's a good thing you have family. Yeah, it's like one of the things that stresses my family. Like, what happens my boyfriend decides he's not happy with this anymore and he throws me out? And the answer is, most likely I'm fucked. But I know my mom wouldn't let me out there. But also I know that wouldn't happen. We frequently talk about reason why that could happen, and we reevaluate our standing like at least every year, if not every 6 months. Like what's feasible, what are his expectations. So that shouldn't happen. And I do work on, like, trying to be as less disabled as possible. Like fixing my food habits, making myself a corset so I'm not in pain every day, trying to work out so I'm not in pain every day. I'm planning on learning to drive, because that way if I can get a DoorDash, I would be able to work on my own terms on the days that I don't feel like crap. So things like that. But it's very, very slow process. Being treated like a child when you're 41 sucks. Yeah. I get you weren't prepared. Last time we talked, I'm pretty sure you had a job though. So... But still, losing your husband, having a kid, and having to move out, just that? Completely throws your world into chaos. And there's not much you can do about it besides just tough it out till it gets better. But you're strong and resilient. And if it's not this year, it's gonna be next year. And if it's not next year, it's gonna be the year after. Like, life has been so shitty that I'm not 40, and we've even talked about what happens if one of us dies. Because we don't have any legal paperwork. He's my boyfriend, he's not my husband. And we don't plan on getting married. We don't have a child. So will I need to find a job if he dies? We don't have a house. How am I gonna pay for my food? All of that kind of stuff. And I didn't think at my age I would need to think about something like that. We're not making a will. Not yet, at least. Because we don't own anything. I own art that I've made. And we are still legally, we're not husbands and wife, but for the government it's the same thing. I just forgot in English how it's named. Because we've lived together for too long. I mean, I've been with this man for 10 years now. I do have a saving account, but we've been in debt for a very long time. So, we don't have savings. Yeah. I've been with my husband, with my boyfriend for 10 years. I do have other boyfriends though. That's the thing about being poly. The other one I still have right now, I've been with for 3 years, I think. I see him like every 4 months, because we don't live in the same town. I wanted to come over not that long ago, because he finally had some time. But I'm like, yeah, no, that's not happening. I'm gonna be in more workshop working with toxic fumes and stuff. I don't want you here. After the convention, we'll find some time. But not during my restock time. That is not happening. I haven't been looking for more people in my life. It's more of a, if something happens kind of deal. Where we can remove any guilt. And we know that if we stay together, it's not because of a need. It's because of love. Because any day I could tell him I don't love him anymore and I still have a boyfriend. You know? If I'm staying with you, it's because I'm choosing you every day of my life. Again. And he's doing the same thing. But we've been together for 10 years. We feel like old socks. Yeah, that's fine. It is definitely not for everyone. I wouldn't suggest it to everyone. Even like where I am in my life, it's even a bit more complicated because we're child-free, right? But we've also decided that if something happens and I fall pregnant, we're probably gonna keep the kid. So I'd better not fall pregnant with guy I am seeing on the side every 4 months. Because that guy absolutely doesn't want kids. It's a bit weird. There needs to be so much conversations about awkward stuff. Like, what happens if the guy I'm living with gets a new girlfriend and he wants to live with her too? So now we're 2 girls living in the same house with my boyfriend. Would I be okay with that? I don't know. But we haven't slept in the same bed for like 3 years now. Would that really change something in my life? That would just be one more flatmate. Aww. You'd like kids and they're all younger guys. But you don't think your body could handle it. Yeah. That's also part of life. It sucks. My older sister just got pregnant this year, but I think she's about to like have the first kid. She's probably around 40 now. She didn't think she would get a kid because she didn't have long stable relationships. She thought she had, and then the guy, it fucked. I don't know what happened. I'm not close enough to her. But like, they bought a house together, and then the next year we learned they were not together anymore. So she was like, yeah, I'm probably not gonna have a kid now. And then she got pregnant. I think she's been with her new guy for 3-4 years. I'm very happy for her. It's gonna be a bit weird at Christmas though. Because all of her cousins, they're all younger than us. Like the oldest cousin is my age. Did I snap a thread somewhere? Oh, I see. And they all already have kids. Some of them have 3 kids. And now the oldest one, being my sister, just got pregnant. That is gonna be very different. But it's good for her because it's something she's wanted all her life. Maybe you could. I mean, that's the kind of thing you have to talk to a doctor for. Because our bodies age very differently. From each other. Yeah, me too. I'm kind of worried about her, but since I don't talk to her, it would be very, very weird and intrusive to just go and talk to her about that, you know? So I'm keeping up with news from my father once in a while. But they keep saying the pregnancy's going right, so... I can't wish for more. It's a sad thing because I really wished I could have been closer to my sister. And the only way for us to be close is to not be close. It's a weird feeling. But like, I see shows where the families are tight-knit, and I'm so dang jealous. But that's not gonna happen to me. Even like found family, which I thought I had managed to do something with, I've left all my friends behind again because they wouldn't understand. They kind of refused to, probably because they were quite young compared to me. So when my disabilities disabled me, they'd get mad at me. And when I would say explicitly what I needed for this to work out, they'd get mad at me. Yeah. It is sugar-coated. I've been watching Smallville lately, and like, that's definitely the best superhero family ever. Superman's family. And even then, they get into fights all the time. But it's kind of weird to watch Smallville. Because I had the mistake of going to Google what age Clark Kent and Lex are supposed to be in season 1. Clark is 14. Lex is 21. We keep seeing Clark in bars all of the time and making out. He's 14. He just started high school. Why is he hanging out with a 20-year-old? Of course the parents are freaking out. I would have told him not to do that too. It just didn't seem that weird because the actors are so old compared to the characters. But yeah, as an adult rewatching that show, I'm like, oh god, this is wrong. Yeah, friends are hard, especially when you're neurodivergent. I have a few friends, but even then I kind of don't talk to them. One of them I used to catch up while playing an MMO, but I got tired of the MMO, and last time we saw each other, I kind of couldn't see him, and the way I worded things, I think he took it wrong. Because we went to pick him up in his town, and the next day I hid away in my bedroom because I was stuck with the migraine, so I told him I am hiding from a headache. And I'm pretty sure he thought I was saying I'm hiding from him. But no, I just had like a lighting headache. So I was hiding away in my bedroom. Well, my oldest friend, I think I haven't seen in 2 years. Because since he got a girlfriend, he can't be invited anywhere without his girlfriend. So if I have like one free ticket, like my boyfriend can't go, I can't invite him because he can only go if his girlfriend goes. And she has anxiety, and it's not controlled, so she can't go anywhere. So I haven't been talking to him. I have one of my exes that I'm still talking to, but I see him like twice a year. Because we don't live in the same town and I still don't know how to drive. And yeah, he is my ex, but like, we split on good terms, just that some things didn't work out. I know how it is. And I think he had like 5 girlfriends at the time. I don't really speak with anyone in the cosplay community anymore. Well, I kind of do, but like they've been demoted from friends to workmates. I'm definitely very much alone in my house doing my things. But I'm living like what I've been calling a hobbit life. I do my little housewife tasks, and then I do whatever my body allows me to on that day. Whether that's working on corsets, or embroidery, or restocking. And some days just taking a shower and then I don't have any more energy. Yeah, it does. Time is very long sometimes. And since I don't work, and I don't really keep in touch with everyone, I often don't realize how lonely I've been getting. Like today, I've had to force myself to get out. So I went to go do some shopping by taking a walk in the neighborhood, just because I had to be out of the house to refresh my brain. So I went and I bought lunch. Why is there a thread here? But yeah, I went and I bought some pastries. I bought some coffee. And then I came back home, decided it would be a weekend. I would do absolutely nothing of importance today. I've decided to work on cosplay since there is no real need for it. Like, sure, I would like it to be ready for Nadeshigan, but if it's not ready, you just have to do. Because I've been working mostly on restock, and it's not the most interesting or exciting thing. And it's also hard to like see progress or feel like I'm getting anything done, really. Because it's quite slow. It just makes me realize again how cheap I'm selling my stuff compared to how much energy it takes. Yeah, I was supposed to get only one vendor table this year. And then last month, one of the places I hadn't been chosen for sent an email asking if I still want the spot. And I went like, sure. But I don't have staff right now. I don't have a driver because my boyfriend's on vacation. I have just 1 month to restock, which isn't gonna happen. So I'm just restocking whatever I can, and I'm gonna be attending the convention alone in the bus with only 2 suitcases. That is gonna be so very stressful. But since I do have the plan to start doing smaller kinds, probably alone when my boyfriend's not on vacation, once I learn how to drive, I decided it would be a perfect test for it. It's just I would have liked to know how to drive and to have a car. Because now I have to make sure everything fits in just 2 suitcases that I can bring in the bus. Aww! Did they make you smile? I keep saying I need to stop working on this because I'm gonna hurt myself, and then I keep going. It's going better than I thought. Oh, that's all that's important then. Yeah, I'm very much enjoying our talk, but I do think I'm gonna end up hurting myself if I keep going. Aww. I'm really glad we got to catch up. It's been a while. I'm gonna be online again this week. I don't know when. I gave up trying to make this work as a job. So, scheduling out the window. But I'm gonna be needing to work on this again. And since the convention is next Friday, I'll be online somewhere between now and Friday. Just to finish this, melt all of this up, and then I'm gonna have to either cut out a matching panel and stitch it together so I can hide the back, or I'm gonna fold it on itself and make it an aurora, which I don't really want to. But I don't know how much fabric I have left of this. And since I'm gonna have to wash it properly on between the melting of the stabilizer, which I do want to make while on stream because it's gonna be looking fantastic, I'm still gonna throw it in the wash because I want to make sure that it's all properly gone and it doesn't end up stiff like this. So, yeah. So for today, we're gonna be done. And I'm gonna be going to eat the lunch I bought outside at the restaurant. I might actually go work on my restock later tonight because I think it's still early. Not sure what time it is. But I have to like put thread on one of the new masks I've done. That should be quick and it's gonna stop being in my brain. I will see you again next time. Which should be next week. I don't know if we'll catch each other. It will be fun, but that's what happens without schedule. As usual, you'll see the alert from Twitch or from my Discord. You'll see. But yeah. I'm glad we catch up. And see you next time. This is almost done. I can't wait for it to be finally done. I've worked on this for way too many hours. Alright. Enjoy yourself, people. Thank you for dropping by.